Dominicans, Latinos. Hello, everybody. Hello. Can I have your attention? We're ready to start the program. First thing I want to ask is everybody's cooperation in two things. We have a professional photographer here filming this event. If we could keep this corridor open and anybody wishing to take photos, just join him over in this area. If we could keep this lane open. Secondly, we don't want to impede traffic. We don't want to give anybody a reason to have a problem with us. Okay, thank you. There's plenty of police officers around. They're here for our safety. They're not here to fight with us. They're here for our safety, and I ask that everybody cooperate with all of the officers here. I don't know if the protesters are still across the street, but pay them no mind. We're here to say what we have to say. Okay? Now, I think we proved Richard Torres wrong when he tweeted out that the Bronx is not MAGA. Oh, yeah. I think we're showing that the Bronx is MAGA. All right, so my name is Patrick McManus. I am the chairman of the Bronx County Conservative Party. I've been here since 2020. I want to acknowledge a couple of people. My vice chairman, Gonzalo Duran, and Chris Reed. They came to me with this idea about a month ago to hold this rally. I spoke with Tina right away. I spoke with Mike Rendino. Tina's campaign, Mike Rendino, the Bronx County Republican Party, jumped right on board. There was no amount of hesitation there. They were right in with us. So we have a very exciting lineup of very patriotic speakers here today. We have speakers from that have spoke at the RNC. Madeline Graham, she actually spoke on stage at the RNC with Donald Trump. Down to small local candidates, some running for the first time in assembly districts, and they are all patriots and they all deserve our support. And when you get out and vote, remember, down the line. If we elect Donald Trump and we do not give him a House and a Senate to work with, it's like putting a coach on the field without a team. He's not going to win a championship if he does not have a team. Okay, so remember, down ballot, bring your family out, bring your friends out if you have not voted already. And yes, I'm getting there. And also, please do not forget to flip your ballot over. There's 6 proposals on the back here in New York City, and just vote no on all of them, okay? Especially Prop 1. Prop 1 will strip every woman's rights. It's a horrible, vague piece of legislation. Make life simple. No all the way. Anything coming out of Albany right now is garbage, and we all know that. Okay? With that being said, I would like to ask Anthony Tolve to come up and sing the national anthem.
What's up, New York? Nice to see a turnout like it is in the streets for Tina. Whenever I sing this song now, I like to dedicate it to Ashley Babbitt, Corey Comparatore, and the January 6th hostages that are held by the Democrats in D.C. Yes. Brief moment of silence for them, please.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched was so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? USA, 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 USA.
Hello? Test. Hello. There we go. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Okay, next, I would like to call up Pastor Dave Sains for an opening invocation. Pastor? Pastor, Pastor. Thank you for coming out.
Hello, Bronx!
What's up?
If you would all bow your head with me, please. Dear Heavenly Father, our Almighty, the giver and sustainer of life itself, we humbly come before you this afternoon here in the Bronx, just days before our national election, to petition for your hand of protection upon our land and this election as it ensues. Father, we repent and we acknowledge that we are a nation in decline, that many have turned a deaf ear and a blind eye to your instructions for life, to acknowledge that you made us male and female, and you designed us to multiply and bear children and to protect them from the evil of outside forces in the culture around us and from the womb. For men to be men and to act like men. For men to be husbands and fathers and act like husbands and fathers. There are many who vehemently oppose these simple truths, and thus our nation is divided, and your Son, our Savior, declared that a nation divided will not stand. We need your help, Father. Your word declares that it is you who sets up kings, prime ministers, presidents, and leaders, and it is you that tears them down as well. We ask that you would change the leadership of our nation and raise up men and women who are not hungry for power, but sincerely seek to serve the citizens of this great nation.
Yeah.
For whatever happens in the next few days, we ask for your protection from protests, riots, and attempts to thwart a peaceful transfer of power. We ask for your protection upon our candidates. We ask for your protection upon President Trump, J.D. Vance, RFK Jr., Tulsi Gabbard, Elon Musk, and our very own Tina Forte. Keep them safe as they seek to correct the course of our nation. And lastly, Father, we ask that national healing begin to occur, that vitriol and hateful speech will diminish, and that peace, prosperity, and reconciliation would sweep our land. To you, the only wise God and Father of our Master, we ascribe glory, honor, and praise. Have your way in America. Have your way in the Bronx. We ask this in the name of the one who died and rose again on the third day. In the name of the King of Kings, we say amen. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor. Thank you. Just one quick reminder, please keep the photography corridor open and do not obstruct pedestrian traffic. Okay, with that, I'd like to call Anthony Tarlov up once again. And he's going to sing Ave Maria.
Yes.
Anthony DJ, just a reminder, this file that I sent you. Yeah, great, thank you. So for any of you who don't know, this is the Hail Mary in Latin.
Put the beat up higher.
Yeah, a little volume.
Bring the beat up.
Ave Maria, gratia plena, Maria, gratia plena, Maria, gratia plena, Ave, Ave Dominus, Dominus tecum, benedicta tu in mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris, ventris tui, Iesus. Ave Maria. Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, ora pro nobis, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis, in hora mortis nostrae, in hora mortis nostrae, in hora mortis nostrae. Ave Maria.
All right, that's the awkward moment at the end of the song. I just wanted to break that and just thank everybody. Not about me. That's about one person, God up above. May God bless Donald Trump and Tina Forte in our fight to win this country back. God bless New York City, and God bless you all for coming out today. Thank you very much.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much, Anthony. Okay, so now, before I put everybody to sleep, I know I'm not the public speaker that this crowd needs. I want to introduce our MCs for the remainder of the event. Okay, that is going to be Rosangel Perez of the Cafecito Break podcast. Please welcome Rosangel.
Hello, everyone. How we doing today? I have to just say a couple of things first. I want all of you to give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you. I'm looking at all of the faces that I see here, and I'm seeing a lot of familiar faces that I see time and time again at different rallies. Patriots that say yes to America, that say yes to loving this country, that say yes to preserving our neighborhoods. Can we start with giving yourselves a big round of applause, please? For all the efforts, for all the things, for all the vitriol, from being called Nazis to being called garbage this week. I am humbled and I am honored to be here. As they mentioned, my name is Rosangel Perez. I'm one of the Perez sisters of Cafecito Break. That's my sister Alex right there.
Cafecito Break. A lo mío, a lo bao, a lo mío, bao. Cafecito Break. Ra, ra, ra.
Me gente. Can we give it up for Tina Forte? I just have to ask an important question. Yes. Who's voting for AOC here? Who's saying yes to Tina Forte? We met there. I'm from Brooklyn. And in Brooklyn, I know that Tina Forte is boots on the ground here in the Bronx, that she is well respected by her community. And I just didn't learn this year. I learned this when Reverend Ruben Diaz, right? We gotta shout it out because I have to shout out the Bronx. And let me tell you something, I'm a die-hard Brooklyn girl. Who's Brooklyn up in here? We got Brooklyn up in here. So, you know, New York tough. I gotta give it up to the Bronx. Because the Bronx has been leading the way. That's right. The Bronx led the way at the Bronx rally, but it was before the Bronx rally. The Bronx has been leading for years now. Letting you guys know and the rest of New York City is just catching up. And I can't prove this, but I really, really believe that the 100,000 plus people that ended up being by MSG last weekend was because Bronx lit this first. Because we started the Trump train first. Because we started saying, F this. Remember when we were all supporting Lee Zeldin a few years ago? Because we smelled them in the wood chip? Because we didn't trust Governor Hochul? We still don't. Right. And so today I'm honored to be with all of you. I have to say this before we introduce the chairman of the Republican Party. I just want to say one thing. This hasn't been an easy week for us. I want to be really honest with you. As Puerto Rican women who went to MSG, who had our video go viral because Lou Valentino interviewed us. Shout out to Lou Valentino who's here. Shout out to Lou Valentino. Let me tell you something. My sister and I, because we've been producing content for over 10 years, we knew something would go viral. So we always prayed that it would be something that was good.
Authentic.
That was authentic.
Yeah.
And that was boots on the ground authentic. So let me please take a moment to shout out Bronx Lou Valentino, who recorded us at MSG, but it was because Ora Moody was the one who told us that we should interview with Lou Valentino. My point is that boots on the ground is where it's at. And when I see all of you here, I get emotional because you guys are so boots on the ground. You have no idea how much I love you. I just hope and pray that the people who are listening to us, those who are still on the fence about voting, mi gente, it was a joke at MSG. It was a joke that we didn't like. We didn't like lots of the jokes at MSG. If you hear the audio, you would know. But I have to say thank you to Tony Hinchcliffe because he pointed out that Puerto Rico has a garbage problem. Puerto Rico has a garbage problem! And not only Puerto Rico has a garbage problem, blue cities have a garbage problem. And who has been managing Who has been managing blue cities? Has it been the Republicans? No! Are the Republicans managing?
I'm tired of drag queen story hours.
Is it the Democraticals?
Yeah!
And I got a couple of things to say. Puerto Ricans, you got hijacked. I'm sorry. Those of you Puerto Ricans who are in the Democratic Party that think that they really do see you, I'm sorry. Why do you think the border's open? They're bringing in the replacements that will see the Democratic Party as the party who supports them and gives them everything. And us Puerto Ricans who are so orgulloso because we're quote-unquote Americans, we don't realize that the Democratic Party is using us, abusing us, and we can't keep falling for the Kool-Aid. So thank you for all of you who are awakened. Deep bow to all of you. You have no idea how much I love you. All right.
Thank you.
We gotta make sure that we vote not just for Donald Trump, but that we vote for all common sense candidates. Because local is where it's at, and that's what has been a part of the Cafecito Break thing. Local efforts, and this is why we support Tina Forte. I gotta say, Tina Forte is like my vision board. Do you see how beautiful this woman is? She's beautiful. She represents the epitome of health, which is aligned with MAGA, Make America Healthy Again. Shout out to Governor Kennedy Jr. And she represents boots on the ground. Just a few minutes ago, I spoke to someone who has known Tina for so many years. Tina Forte. Vote Tina Forte. Vote down the line. Let's fire AOC. Fire AOC. Mamita, listen, AOC, look, I got a message for you.
Make me a drink.
We don't dislike you. You're welcome to come join us.
I dislike her.
Okay, you guys will dislike. Well, you're welcome to come join the fiesta, the right party. Be on the right part of history and join us. All right, are we ready for the first speaker? Yes! Introducing to you the chairman of the Bronx Republican Party. Give it up for Mike Rendino.
Hi everyone, thank you. It's great to see everyone out. We've been working for a long time to get to this point. Me and Chairman McManus, we've seen the results at the ballot box over the last few years, but now to actually have somebody who brings you out here in the open with us to show support for President Trump, for Tina Forte, for our Assembly, our Senate candidates, we appreciate it. Just 4 short years ago, it was a better time for us when Trump was president, right? The world was a safer place. It was before the Middle East was a mess. It was before Vladimir Putin decided to go into Ukraine. Our country was a safer place. It's before the southern border was wide open. Our cities were overflowing with illegal immigrants. And it's not their fault. It's the people in Washington who allow them to come in without a process. And now we're going to have them as a liability in the future, financially, criminal-wise. But most of all, let's talk about Richie Torres and how tone-deaf he is. There's no county in New York State that's as democratic as the Bronx, and nobody knows better than us how failed democratic policies affect us. Inflation being first and foremost. The price of everything has gone through the roof. Our groceries, gasoline, what it costs to borrow money to get a house. This is all because of bad democratic policies and things we could change by voting for President Trump and down the line, Republican and conservative. Last year, the Bronx stood up and we got our first elected official in over 20 years because they've had enough. And that's just going to keep growing, whether it's Juan de la Cruz, Tina Forte, Edwina Herrera. We're going to pick up a seat or two here. We're going to help President Trump, vote for President Trump down the line, Republican or conservative. And let's make America great again. Thank you for having me.
Let's give it up for Michael Munoz, who's the New York Young Republican Club and a veteran.
Let's go, Mike.
Mike, let's go.
How's everybody doing?
Thank you for your service.
Ladies and gentlemen, patriots and fellow Americans, it is an honor to stand before you today surrounded by Americans who love this country as much as I do. My name is Michael Munoz. I am a second-generation United States Army veteran, a veteran of the Iraq War, and the chairman of the Veterans Caucus chairman of the New York Young Republican Club, the largest and oldest young Republican club in the country. My family's story is like many of yours. From Puerto Rico to New York. They came here for the many opportunities New York had to offer. My parents were actually married here in the Bronx, 2 miles from here at St. Joan of the Arch Catholic Church. I speak to you as a fellow proud New Yorker. Today I want to talk to you about the power and responsibility we have to elect those who put the American people first. I ask all of you, are you better off now than you were 4 years ago?
No! Broke his hair.
Are you happy with the way our country is being run?
No!
Under the previous administration, we've witnessed the impact of policies that put America first. Policies that led to economic growth, safety, respect of the world, and a strong military. A president who values the lives of our men and women in uniform by not starting new wars, but also ending the forever wars. A president who listens to people. We need to ask ourselves, do you want to go back to that?
No!
Or do you want to continue down this path that the Biden-Harris administration... Sorry about that. Voting isn't just a right, it's a responsibility. So once more I ask you, are you ready to take action this Tuesday? Yes! So I ask you, vote Republican, vote conservative. Vote down the line in our local election races. Vote for my friend, Gonzalo, who's going to oust Torres. Vote for Tina, who's going to fire AOC. And elect Donald J. Trump back in office. Thank you. God bless all of you. And God bless America.
Real quick, everybody. There is a car with Connecticut plates, double parked, blocking somebody in. You got to move your car now, please. Thank you.
Hello! Kamala Smala here. Kamala Smala there. Tremendo butcher. All right, mi gente. Up next, I have the pleasure of introducing to you fellow patriot, fellow retired NYPD detective, Sammy Ravelo.
Hello, Bronx! Boogie, boogie, boogie down Bronx, boogie down Bronx. Thank you. First, before I start everything, guys, I just want to say one thing. First, breaking news, the hysteria that we had over the Puerto Rican comments, not said by Donald Trump, by the way, it was said by a comedian that he didn't know. I want my sister, where's Rose? Where is she? Rose, come here for a second. Rose, come here for a second. Guys, you know, this morning we found out that Minelis Rodriguez, Puerto Rican American, got killed by an illegal citizen. Oh my God. Border czar Kamala Harris, all right, has kept it quiet, all right, but they want to make a big deal about a comedian, all right, and I'm glad that my sister here stood strong and didn't fall for the okie doke, because that's what they want to do. They want to divide us. And that's how they do it. They start by going with race.
Thank you, Rose. And I want everybody to know, Milanis Rodriguez, I want everybody to hold a moment of silence for Milanis and for all our soldiers that have given their life for our freedoms that we hold dear. 1 minute of silence, please. Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not gonna be long, but I'm gonna go straight to the point. This morning I was in Fox News, for those of you that didn't see it. I was Fox News for a segment about Hispanics. And I honestly don't like doing segments like that, because I like doing segments about Americans.
Yes.
Unfortunately, that's the reality that we have in America. But what's not being said in the mainstream media is just look at the crowd right here, right now. All right? What they're gonna think and then what they're gonna say is that there was an all-white crowd. In the meantime, look at you guys. Look at everybody.
All colors.
To everybody.
Yes.
There's only one candidate that does not divide us by color, by race, by gender, and that's Donald J. Trump. Folks, right now, these elections matter. All right? And how they matter is that Republicans usually, since we're patriots, we don't care about anything. We go out, we vote, we go home, we drink a beer, watch the game, and that's it. We're not worried about that. But this elections, we can't be like that anymore. When you go out and vote, you got to call your neighbor and say, listen, before you get that beer, go and vote. You know why? Because the other side is doing it. Guys, don't kill me, but for those of you that don't know me, I'm a Gulf War veteran. I am an NYPD lieutenant. I was a first responder in 9/11. And yes, before you guys boo me, I am also a former Democrat. I know. But this shows you, folks, that we are in an important moment in our history. Guys, immigration is out of control. There's no respect for law and order. We have endless wars. Guys, and right now, the Democrats want to tell you that there is 150 genders when you and guys all know there's only a man and a woman. So right now, if the social norms for which we all grew and we want to keep them that way, you have to go out and you have to vote. And second, you have to vote. On the ballot, there are important proposals behind that ballot. It is very, very important that you guys flip that ballot over and vote no on all propositions. Okay? It is very, very important because they want to take parental rights away. All right? I think I said everything that I've had to say. I want to make sure that you haven't voted, go vote early. Don't wait until election day. Please, go out and vote as if your life depended on it. Guys, let's make America great again. Thank you. Guys, I always got to do this. Everybody fist up, fist up, fist up, fist up. Everybody fist up. Everybody fight! 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 Fight!
How's everybody feeling today? Okay. I'm gonna put you guys on the spot. Who's voted early here? All right. So did we. We early voted. And you know why we early voted? Because I gotta tell you a true story. I don't know if this has any legs, but I've always been registered as an independent. But Lee Zeldin, when he was running for governor, convinced me when I was in prayer mode to switch from independent to Republican. So I'm officially a Republican now. But guess what happened? When I went to go vote last time, when, that particular voting season, I had to go to 4 different places. Isn't that interesting? Why? My name kept coming up, and they were like, you gotta go over here. Then I went to that place, and they said, you gotta go over here. Then I went to that place, and they said, you gotta go over here. Were they playing Republican shenanigans with me? Because when I was an independent, that had never happened. So this is what inspired us to go vote early, because let me tell you the truth. Have you guys been paying attention to the voting shenanigans that have been happening? Yes. How some people have been waiting in line to vote early and they get turned away? Yes. How some people have been trying to vote for Donald Trump, and what gets nominated is Kamala Harris? So for those of you who voted early, if you are able to support on the day of election to watch for any shenanigans, we need the patriots on the front lines. Are you ready? All right, so the next person I'm going to introduce is someone that my sister and I have great respect for. She's boots on the ground. She is fierce. She is a warrior. You heard her in the Republican National Convention. She minces no words. Where is our beautiful Madeline Brame? We love this woman. Where is she? Madeline, come up here. We have so much love and respect for you, for your voice, and we honor you. It is a pleasure and an honor and an honor to be introducing you, Queen. Thank you.
Woo, Madeline! Hey! Who is sick and tired of being sick and tired? We need to hear your roar. They want to talk about garbage, right? The one word, garbage. How much garbage has been happening in the United States of America for the past 4 years? 350,000 missing children under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's watch with no explanation. Now that's garbage. Wide open borders. That's garbage. The garbage that's currently in Midtown Manhattan, in the South Bronx, in Brooklyn, in Queens, all in our streets. That's real garbage. So when they focus on one word, we have to take it like Trump did with the garbage truck, okay? And flip it on them. And flip it. And turn it into something to make them look at their self. My name is Madeline Brame. I am the CEO of Rescue Angel. I'm also the state director of Brexit New York, powered by Turning Point USA. I see a lot of familiar faces out here, my day ones. Who out here is a day one? When we were out there in front of the court building with a bullhorn and a sign, and people thought we were crazy. When my son, Sergeant Hassan Correa, was murdered in Harlem in 2018. And Alvin Bragg was elected into office, and he dismissed the murder and gang assault charges against 2 of the people involved in my son's murder. He charged one with assault with a shoe. Who out here has ever heard of an A1 and an A2 felony, murder and gang assault, be reduced to assault with a shoe? We never even thought or knew that assault with a shoe was even a crime. That's what he currently does. That's his style. He manipulates data. He doctors and edits videos, just like with our young Marine, Daniel Penny. Yes. The same assistant district attorney, Daphne Yoran, is the same assistant district attorney who handled my son's murder case. She threw that case. Travis Stewart, is one of the friends involved in my son's murder. He will be released from Queensboro Correctional Facility in 3 days after only serving 7 years.
That's not good.
Alvin Bragg and 88 Daphne Joanne dismissed murder, gang assault, and attempted murder down to attempted assault, and sentenced Travis to 7 years. Those 7 years will be up in 3 days. Horrible. I received a letter in the mail yesterday with Travis's mugshot from the New York State Board of Parole Commission and who his parole officer is going to be. I was devastated when I saw that. I knew it was going to happen, but 7 years goes by really fast. And when I received and I looked at that man's mugshot, he's healthy, he's alive, he looks 1,000 times better than he did when he first got locked up. Excuse me. You know, there's not a lot of energy out here today, all right? I got a feeling that people are here because they know that the press is here, all right? Absolutely. We're supposed to be out here supporting Tina. Supporting Tina Forte, all right? This has been the culture and the climate for the past 5 or 6 years with these rallies around New York City. This is not a fashion show. This ain't a fashion show. This is not, you know, a chance for, you know, Instagram and social media personalities to get likes, votes, shares, and clicks. This is an opportunity to throw our support behind this young woman, all right? Because she is the far better candidate than AOC. That's right. Yeah. We know that she's up against a machine. She's up against a machine with a whole lot of money. We only got a few days left. All right? I don't know what to say to you. I don't know what to say to you, Tina. I really don't. I really don't know what to say to you. You know, these people are here to support you. All right? And I wish that everybody in this crowd had $1 million to donate to your campaign to ensure the victory. All right? Thank you. The Republican Party picks and chooses who they want to support and who they want to win. Not one dime, have they? They didn't give me not one dime either. All right? When I ran against Jamal Bowman. That's why I backed out. All right? To me, it's bogus. All right? If you don't fit the mold, right? If you don't say the right thing, they will not support you. Even the chairman of this Bronx Republican committee told me I wouldn't raise a dime, a nickel. All right? So I got no support. That's why I dropped out. And it's unfortunate. It's sad. It's unfortunate and it's sad. Because you should have this whole block full of people by now. If you had the right support behind you, you would have this whole block of people right now. Full. All the people who was at Madison Square Garden the other day, over 110,000 New Yorkers, okay? We should have at least 10 or 15,000 New Yorkers filling this block up right now, all right? You all have seen me around doing a lot of different things, a lot of different work, all right? It's been going on 7 years. I'm tired, you know? I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of not seeing things change. I'm sick and tired of people talking the talk but not walking the walk. You know, sacrificing and putting some real skin in the game. You know, and that's sad. It shouldn't have taken my son to be murdered, all right, for things to happen. But unfortunately it is. So on November 4th, all right, I'm not telling nobody who to vote for, but I'm just telling anybody who has not voted, all right, who's within the sound of my voice, the people hiding behind the windows in these buildings, who are still in the closet, who are conservative, but don't want to come out and say it, all right, because they're afraid of being called Uncle Tom or a coon or a white supremacist, all right? But the people within the sound of my voice behind these windows, all right, if you have not voted already, please come out on November 4th and cast your vote for our Donald J. Trump. Vote on down the line. Vote on down the line. All right, Tina Forte, she's on that ballot. All right, and make sure you vote for Tina to vote AOC's ass out.
All right, give it up for Madeline Brave. All the way. I love you. Tina. These Puerto Ricans from Brooklyn are big Tina fans.
Yeah.
I told Tina privately before we started that she's part of our vision board, because every single time I want to give up, every single time I want to not do exercise. I'm not a gym girl, but then I look at Tina and I'm like, oh no, I got a lot of work to do. Mi gente, did you guys see that they brought out J-Lo?
Oh my God!
I went to school with her.
What's that, J-Lo?
Come in. You went to school with J-Lo?
I went to Preston High School with her. She graduated a year before me.
Oh,
yes. So
So
Tina from the block is here. Where's Jenny from the block? Tina from the block is here. Where's Jenny from the block?
Where is she?
She doesn't give back to the community. She became famous and she left with AOC. They rub elbows together. That's where they are. They don't give a shit about the community.
And what do you think about Bronx Cardi B?
Well, see, we have little kids here, so I can keep it clean.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I have a lot to say. But nobody gives back to the community. None of them. AOC has not campaigned once. She thinks she has it. She thinks everyone's going to vote for her. That's what she thinks. I can tell you that for a fact. She wouldn't even debate me.
Okay, mi gente. All right, please, yo voy a decir esto en español porque se necesita decir esto. Yo me llamo Rosangel Perez, yo trabajaba para MTV. Yo era productora para MTV. Yo he estado en proyecto con Jennifer Lopez. All right? I have to tell you that maybe, I didn't understand why certain things happened the way they did. Because as a crossover, I used to be an MTV producer. I don't know if you guys know that. And you can hear my entertainment segments on Nino's Corner. If any of you guys know David Nino Rodriguez, shout out to David Nino Rodriguez, coming at you live from the apocalypse. We're here in the Bronx, baby. And let me tell you something. The fact that J-Lo came out, the fact that last minute they brought out Cardi B, and I gotta be real honest, because they're Latina women, because they're from New York, I'm very respectful to these women because there's a hardship that you have to go through when you're in the industry. Since I'm a part of it, I understand this, so I don't knock these women. But when I see J-Lo, and when I see Cardi B coming out for Kamala Harris, I just can't do it no more. How the heck are you going to support a woman? Where were you? Where was your voice? Why were you so quiet when we got locked down? Why were you so quiet when they mandated the shots?
They want to keep the kids.
Why were you so quiet when they mandated masks? Why were you so quiet when they were mandated vaccine after vaccine for the Puerto Rican community in Puerto Rico, not just here in America? You guys are really quiet. So I'm shouting out Cardi B. I'm shouting out J-Lo. I'm shouting out Nicky Jam, who threw his support to Trump, and then because of a joke, ay bendito, he got his feelings hurt. And so he said he can't be supporting Trump anymore. Are you guys hurt by the garbage joke? No. Were you heard when Joe Biden called those piles of garbages? Yes. Were you heard when Joe Biden and the Biden administration has been nonstop calling us deplorables and Nazis? You know what? Whether you were heard or not, you know what I know about this community? You guys keep going. You guys don't let that stop you. You don't let what some people think about you stop you from what you know is the truth, from what you know God is seeding in your heart. Trump is not a perfect man. We're not in a Trump cult. But what I would like to tell people in New York is that the Democratic Party left many of us. The Democratic Party today is unrecognizable. And no, I do not speak for all Democrats in all positions. I'm talking about the ones that tend to hijack the limelight. So no, we don't support you, Cardi B, but you're welcome to join us because we know you know what's up with New York. We know you know what's up with America. But maybe because of your contract, you had to support Harry. So this is why we gotta say, sometimes the celebrities are under contract and they just have no choice. So let's hold a tiny space. But we're in a war, mi gente. The Democrats are supporting boys who say they are girls, but they still have boy parts, to be in the locker room with us, to be in a spa room with us, to be in the gym with us, to replace us in sports. You know what I heard? Shout out to Sage. She did something with Pierce. Over 1,100 medals, trophies have gone to trans people who decided to compete in girls' sports in the world. 1,100 plus missed opportunities for our girls who strive so hard in sports to compete, to get beat out by a dude who decided to call himself a woman. Now let me tell you something. You guys know, my sister and I, we have a big component of beautiful human beings that represent in the alternative community, gay, lesbian, trans. We love, we honor them. We're not speaking out against them. What you do, how you choose to live your life is your choice. We're talking about the propaganda. We're talking about the agenda that wants to hijack all the beautiful, loving human beings into believing that if we vote yes on Prop 1, we're on the right side of history. No, mi gente, do not listen to Letitia James. Flip the ballot and vote no all the way down. We gotta protect not only girls' sports, but we also, if Prop 1 were to be passed, it would amend the New York Constitution. Do you guys want that? Do you want our New York Constitution amended? No! That sounds like tremendo butcher, right? All right, mi gente. Are you ready? I would like to introduce to you the man that made this invitation for me happen today. Someone that I respect greatly. Someone who's doing big things here for the Bronx. Gonzalo Duran, Vice Chairman of the Bronx Conservative Party and candidate for the 15th Congressional District. Make sure you throw your vote towards him.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Angel. So I'd like to reiterate what the chairman said earlier. Thank you everyone who played a role in making this event happen. To Chairman Patrick Jimenez, Chairman Mike Rendino, candidate Tina Forte, Chairman Christopher Reed, and candidate Stephanie Eligio, and every sponsor, supporter, and speaker here today. This is a testament, this stands as a testament to the power of unity, and I am honored to stand here among you all. Last year, I was deeply honored to receive the endorsement of the Bronx Conservative Party as a city council candidate. This year, I have been granted both the Conservative and the Republican endorsements for Congressional race District 15. That's right here in this area where we held the biggest Trump rally and the biggest MAGA rally today. So take that, Torres, okay? I am proud and honored to say that this event is being held in my district right here, in the 50th Congressional District. These endorsements are not just lines on the ballot. They are votes of confidence, reflecting a shared vision for a better, stronger Bronx and New York, and a renewed America. Let us be clear, endorsements alone do not guarantee victory. There are forces working in our favor. Councilwoman Christy Malmorato winning, the Democratic Party's failed policies that affect all of us, and President Trump's leadership, which has sparked a red wave across New York. Yet even with these forces, no candidate can succeed without connecting with the voters, earning their trust and proving the worthy of their support. This election, I know for a fact that I have Democrats, Republicans, conservatives, and independents standing behind me. I believe my service to this country and my commitment to our community, especially here in the Bronx, has resonated across party lines. Why? Because I am here for the everyday American, the man who works tirelessly to provide for his family, for the woman who stands against Proposition 1, uncertain that its vague implications, determined to preserve her rights and to protect her loved ones. To all of you who contributed to making this rally a reality, I extend my deepest gratitude. Your dedication, your voices, and your presence here show that we will not be silenced. Our beliefs matter, our voices matter, and our vision for a greater Bronx matters. Thank you all for coming today, for standing up, and for providing that we will not be quieted or ignored. Remember, if we do not stand together, we will not win. So we must fight. Fight for our values, fight for our families, and fight for victory. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gonzalo. Give it up for Gonzalo Duran. Gonzalo Duran is the vice chairman of the Bronx Conservative Party. I'm so proud of the Bronx. I think my sister and I, we're diehard Brooklyn girls, but we might just be starting to rock a Bronx shirt or something, because I feel like you guys have adopted us, and we really do appreciate it. All right, mi gente, before we introduce the next speaker, I just want to shout out the Freedom Chariot, DVS 7.0, who's a Christian artist here. We also have Jesus AOK News, together with other beautiful independent artists. They created a MAGA track, and one of them is Voto, Voto, Voto. You gotta get out the vote. Voto, Voto, Voto. All right. Let's go. Next up is Howard Lim, the New York State Secretary of the Republican Conservative Party, excuse me. Howard! Yay, Howard!
My name is Howard Lim, and I have been Secretary of the New York State Conservative Party for 30 years. Woo! About 26 years ago, I moved from Manhattan to Westchester, and I am so pleased to be here with you today in the Bronx. This is the third time Donald Trump is the Conservative Party's presidential nominee. The first time the party was acting out of faith. Trump was saying all the right things, but he had never held a political office, so there was no way to be sure. Then, as president, he showed that he intended to actually keep all his promises. Conservatives were thrilled, and liberals were horrified. The second time, conservatives celebrated a successful first term, confident that Trump would be reelected. But right on time, the pandemic police told us that the Chinese lab virus made in-person voting and legally required ballot security hazardous to our health. In the shadows and darkness, the Democratic Party deep state seized the power to implement immigration, energy, and economic and legal policies that would destroy the lives and businesses of millions of people all across the country. Next week, we will be trying to undo some of the catastrophic damage that has been done to our country for the last 45 months. Yeah! And it obviously isn't just about the 2 bobbleheads that have been hanging out in the White House since 2021. This White House
My man is talking like
pidiendo que te salgas a votar y votes por Donald Trump para presidente y Tina Forte para congresista. No te olvides, Donald Trump y Tina Forte, y también vótalo en la proposición número 1. Acuérdate, no en la proposición número 1. Trump para presidente y Tina Forte para congresista. Vote for Tina Forte for U.S. Congress, vote for Donald J. Trump for U.S. President, and vote no on Proposition 1. Remember, November 5th, U.S. Congress, Tina Forte, U.S. President, Donald J. Trump, and no on Proposition 1. With your help, your devices, and your drive, we are going to keep on playing. And together, we will make America great again. A votar, se habla el reverendo Rubén Díaz, pidiendo que te salgas a votar y votes por Donald Trump para presidente y Tina Forte para congresista. No te olvides, Donald Trump y también vótalo en la proposición número 1. Acuérdate, no en la proposición número 1, Trump para presidente y Tina Forte para congresista. A votar, a votar, a votar. Ajá. Apaga la música. Apaga la música. Apaga la música. Hey there. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. ¿Qué pasó ahí? Ladies and gentlemen, today is a big day, a great day, and we are here supporting Tina Forte. Tina Forte is the person that we have chosen to say LZ goodbye. And all of you that are here today are doing a great job. Tuesday after 9 p.m. we are going to celebrate because we are going to send Donald Trump back to Washington. And we are going to send Tina Forte to be the companion of Donald Trump in Washington. Ladies and gentlemen,
everybody, thank you for coming. This is beautiful. And I promise you all I will fight for every single one of you. This is not my race. This is our race. This is not my movement. This is our movement. This won't be my win. This will be our win. Because I'm here to fight for every single one of you. See? You guys move back over there? Finances, it's all on the ballot. We have to save our country, and it's now. It's this time, this election. It's so important. It's so important for everybody. God bless you all. And God bless America. People of Red Dead, thank you to everybody. Mike, Pat, everybody, Brian,
Step back.
All my friends, my family support.
You're gonna get it
I
shut
love you all,
down.
my
Get
constituents
out of the
that are
chair.
here today. That come here to support me. I've been boots on the ground for 9 years. 9 years I've been boots on the ground when Donald Trump first ran. I love you all. God bless you.
Thank you. All right, we got what to do. Good word, number 5. And number 6. Vote for Tina Forte for U.S. Congress. Vote for Donald Trump for U.S. President. And vote no on Proposition 1. Remember, November 5th, U.S. Congress, Tina Forte, U.S. President Donald Trump, and no on Proposition 1.
Everybody out of the street! Back over there, get off the streets!
All right, mi gente. Your attention, please. We have a speaker that we've been really excited about. Mr. Howard Kim, who's speaking here. Are we ready to hear?
Yes!
Yes! All right, let's show him some love and let's make it go viral.
Oh, you did?
As I was saying,
You voted red down the line, right?
the White House is like the Muppet Show. Does it really matter whether Kermit or Miss Piggy tells you that today's show is brought to you by the letter L? Those words are blame, leftists, and losers.
John Doyle, right?
No. What really matters is who exactly is pouring words into their teleprompters. Without that unknown hand up Kermit's butt, they would just be limp socks with their mouths gaping open. Sound familiar? And keep in mind that whatever the Dems have been saying or appearing to be doing over the last 2 months is totally fake. They lie with the knowledge that they have the raw power in every media to confirm and amplify those lies and to suppress the truth. Thankfully, Trump's campaign has the resources to go directly to voters in battleground states and show what Harris really is and what she's done in the White House and in California. Most of us have not seen those ads because the Electoral College protects honest voting in most states from the fake voting factories in states like Illinois and California and regrettably New York. Battleground states would not exist without the Electoral College. Instead of hopelessly trying to defend what they've done, Dems have used corrupt prosecutors and judges to attempt to politically assassinate their opponent. Brain-dead Biden said it's time to put Trump in the bullseye. Adam Schiff's impeachment for asking about Hunter's Ukraine cash missed. Pelosi's January 16th Kangaroo Commission missed. Merrick Garland's Mar-a-Lago documents prosecutor missed. Fannie Willis's Georgia election interference prosecution missed. Letitia James's no victim fraud case missed. Alvin Bragg's case about money to keep Stormy's mouth uncharacteristically shut will miss on appeal. And Tom Crooks missed and got what he deserved 2 seconds later. The rest of them will get what they deserve on November 5th. The New York State Conservative Party has been fighting this fight for 55 years. We have never been surprised when the enemies of American freedom progressively got crazier and more radical. They picked people like luggage thief transsexual Sam Britton and slippery slope Kimberly Cheadle for federal service and put out $1 trillion welcome wagon for millions of illegal aliens. They think they can get away with anything. Here in New York, the crazies are the lawyers and judges who plan to use age, gender identity, and national origin rights in an amended constitution to take away our ability to recognize the reality that minor children and their adult parents are not equal. Male and female athletes are not equal. And illegal aliens and U.S. citizens are not equal. Prop 1 would make common sense unconstitutional. Governor Hochul and Democrat-controlled legislature want to deliver these insane policies for their radical supporters, but they don't want to take responsibility or blame for them. They would prefer to use Prop 1 as a weapon that will enable the woke mob to go to court and win every lawsuit their perverse minds can imagine. If you care about parental authority over their own children, fair competition and safety in girls' sports, and the importance of earned citizenship, remember to vote no on Proposition 1. If we do not strip government power from fascists like Biden, Harris, Schumer, Jeffries, and Hochul, they will keep sending armed agents from the FBI, IRS, ATF, DHS, or EPA to our doors to intimidate us, sue us, bankrupt us, arrest us, or kill us before the next rigged census allows them to redistrict us into irrelevance. Trump is a voice and a beacon that has drawn in voters who have given up on politics. He has invited constituencies that the group herding Democrats had taken for granted. And he's asked them to join us in making life in America great for everyone willing to work and obey the law. He will win. He will make America great again. Fight for the Constitution. Fight for the United States of America. Fight for President Trump. And thank you for supporting the Bronx Conservative Party.
Give it up for Howard K. Mi gente. Can I get your attention, please? Do you guys want to hear Tina Forte, who's coming up in just a few speakers? All right, please, just a few more speakers. We are going to be hanging out today. I have to say that it almost feels like we're celebrating Christmas with you guys. I really love spending time with all of you. All right, are we ready for the next speaker? All right, mi gente. He is the Bronx is MAGA Coalition Chairman. Give it up for Chris Reed.
I'm going to keep this very quick because I want less talking and more rallying. But a few months ago, all of this was just an idea in my head. And if it weren't for the Bronx Conservative Party and the Bronx Republican Party, and most importantly, Tina Forte, none of this would be happening right now. So this is not just for the Bronx. This is for the United States. And this is for Donald Trump. Make sure you vote for him. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow, that was a really short speech. Give it up for Chris Reed. All right, all right, we need all of you guys, all attention here. Don't let that Tina Forte. Let's read it appropriately. Tina.
Tina, 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 Tina.
All right, mi gente. Get your phones out. Please put your attention on this beautiful woman who's boots on the ground here in the Bronx, who is the right choice. Let's get Tina Forte in. Let's fire AOC.
Yeah!
I'm here to say I'm not going to keep a long speech because I like my music and the party before the election.
Yeah!
But what I'm going to say is the Bronx has been looked down upon far too long. We never have a light shining on us, and I'm here to say it stops here with me.
Yes!
That's why this headquarters is open. This is why it will remain open, and it is the Bronx Republican and Conservative Party because I am here to say no more.
Yes!
Because we are suffering. And
Yes.
the suffering's going to stop right here, right now. I love this country. I love the state. I love the city. I love the county. I love the boroughs. And we have to fight. And when I say fight, I mean go and vote. Be boots on the ground. Don't be afraid to wear your red MAGA hats. I've been wearing one for 9 years. We need to come out. We need to vote. We need to bring everybody to vote. And I want to thank Mike Rentino. I want to thank Pat McManus. I want to thank everybody that's here. Christy Marmorado.
Woo!
Christy, I'm going to cut my speech short to give you a minute to speak. Let's go, lady.
Let's go.
Let's go. I love you all. God bless you. I love you all.
Hey, everybody. So, last year we were able to do the impossible. We got a Republican back in office in the Bronx. And they took the entire community to get us there. And I appreciate all of the support from the candidates that we have running here today, both our chairman, Mike Rentino, and Pat McManus. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Being in government now, I'm starting to realize what a socialist society that we're living in, and we're headed towards that direction. That is why it is so important to get out there, let your voices be heard, get the momentum going, keep this neighborhood red, keep our state red, keep our country red. I want to call all of the candidates up here that are running today. I'd love to see them. All of our local candidates.
Move the flag.
It is imperative that you go out and vote for our Republican and our conservative candidates locally, in our state, and in our federal. We need Trump back in. We need these people to get back into government. So listen, get out there, vote, and vote no on Prop 1 because our children's future is at stake right now. Thank you all so much for having me here today, and thank you for giving me your time.
Everybody, eat, drink, and put the music up.
We're losing momentum.
Sure. That's all right.
Councilwoman, this is
We do have a few more speakers.
My name is Chris Reed. I put this thing together. It's an honor. May I join in when you guys are dance force?
Gotta flip it.
We won't go there. We won't go there.
After I said it, I thought of it. Wait a minute. One more picture. One
No new wars.
And I'm live on YouTube.
Okay.
So maybe my channel version.
Okay. All right. Hi. Hi, everybody.
All right. So I'm here with City Councilwoman Christy Marmorato in the Bronx. We're at the Bronx is MAGA rally. And you were just speaking. Tell us first of all how you're feeling about this election in the Bronx. You were.
I'm the first female Republican to ever hold office in the Bronx, and I flipped a seat that has been blue. It's been blue for the last 40 years, and I was able to turn it red again. So this election, listen, we have the momentum. We have the bases fired up. People are excited. If I was able to do it, we know that we were able to flip other seats, and it's a great possibility that we're going to accomplish that this election.
What do you see as being different for the Bronx in this election as opposed to, the previous elections where, AOC came into office kind of as a response to Trump in some ways, and then we had the Trump presidency, Biden. What do you see being different in terms of the issues that the Bronx is dealing with and how people are looking at those issues?
Well, I feel like with my race, people really came out and voted, and they felt like their vote actually counted, and they were proud of that, and that's why we're going to keep the momentum up and going. And people are tired; they want the change. We're concerned about our borders, we're concerned about inflation, and we're concerned for our children's rights in the future.
When you talk about children's rights, what?
As far as Prop 1 is concerned, it is way too vague. They have to do better. I tell everybody to vote no. It has to be better wording. It's too vague, and it's going to open us up for a lot of lawsuits. My interpretation is that it is totally against the protection of my child, and that the state will be able to come in and step in and take over control. And it pushes parents' rights to the side, and it's concerning to me.
What is the language in the proposal that gives you that concern? I know that
because it talks about age, and age is a protected class. So if age is a protected class, that means any age. If it's a 5-year-old, a 75-year-old.
Okay, so I hear people who are supporting that proposal saying that it's understood that minors have a different relationship to the state constitution, and that's understood, and this wouldn't change that.
Well, that's why I have a problem with the wording. It's just too vague, and it's open to interpretation, and that's why they need to do better with the way they want to propose it.
Okay. So let me ask you about an issue that has been a long-standing issue for New Yorkers, not just in the Bronx, but throughout the city for several years. You're a member of the Common Sense Caucus,
yes.
And I believe that Councilwoman Areola recently put out a letter asking Mayor Adams to reinstate workers who were fired under the mandates,
Absolutely.
under the 2021 COVID-19 vaccine mandates. And I believe that you signed that.
I did sign
that
on
letter.
to it. Yes, absolutely.
Can you tell us a little bit about what's happening with that letter?
Well,
where we are on that issue?
We sent it up to the mayor, and it's just really concerning that when Dr. Varma is basically speaking and saying we're kind of making things up as we were going along and we didn't know what we were doing, that's a major problem. And a lot of people have lost their livelihood, their homes, their jobs. They've had major financial issues. These are people who actually want to work, and because they did not get that COVID vaccination, they were forced out of their jobs, and that's not right. I was in a similar situation as a healthcare worker, and I had to make that decision to get the vaccine, even though I did not want to, and I was not comfortable with that, but it was a matter of having a roof over my head or not having a roof over my head.
When I've asked Mayor Adams about this issue, whether he supports reinstatement, whether he would drop the appeals that the city has been filing against lawsuits that have been successful in advocating for people who are affected by the mandates, he has said, well, I'm leaving it to the courts. I'm going to respect the law. He's kind of said it's out of his hands.
Especially as a former police officer, he's got to do the right thing by his people. Like they are blue-collared workers, just like he was at one point, and he's got to do the right thing by them. These people want to work. They want their jobs back. They want to go back and be reinstated, and he should step up and do the right thing.
So it's your position that it's not actually out of his hands, that he has the power to
I think he has the power to step in. Absolutely. Why wouldn't he? He's the mayor of New York City. He's the boss, right? So, all right. Well, thank you so much for your time today.
All right. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thanks for talking with me.
And Rosangel Perez, we got Tina Herrera, we got Juan de la Cruz, and Kevin Pasmino, and Emmanuel Finley. Ah, okay.
That's right.
That's right. Other candidates. So pay attention, people. Pay attention, people back there. Pay attention. Leave the hot dogs for a minute. Please. This is important. The food will come later. The pretzel will come later. This is important. You have to pay attention. Thank you so much. God bless America, and God bless y'all.
Thank you.
That's Grace Marrero. Don't forget. And mira. I just gotta say, as somebody that wears the Puerto Rican hat of Cafecito Break with my sister, independent media, if you guys do not trust CNN, if you guys don't trust your Telemundos or Univisions, we would appreciate some support here at Cafecito Break, because this week has not been easy when somebody makes a joke and your own community in Brooklyn tears you apart. for a joke. So please, if you value independent media efforts, support indie media, support indie media creators, support indie artists like DVS 7.0, like Jesus A.OK. News, like Selena Vista. Those of us that are getting out the message. All right, mi gente, you ready for the next speaker? Yeah! All right. Candidate for New York State Assembly, District 79. It is my honor to introduce to you Emmanuel Finley Jr.
Hello, good afternoon, bros. How y'all doing? How y'all doing, bros? You know, I always tell people about 4 years ago, almost 8 years ago, you couldn't see this in the Bronx. And today, people are waking up, people are taking a stand. And we got to continue that. First things first, we got to take care of our children. If we do not take care of our children, we do not have a future. We have to let our children grow, and when they're old enough that we have decided they can make their own decision, let them make their own decision then. But before that, everything that happens to our children within the schools should be notified to the parents, because it's the parents' job and not the government's job. The government has to stay out of the parents' job. You let the parents do their job. As long as the kids are not being abused, stay out of it. Let the parents raise their kids. You don't get to tell the kids, you don't get to confuse them. When they're old enough and they're adults, then they can do that. So I'm a very strong opponent of Proposition 1 because the language is too vague. It doesn't nail down exactly what it's trying to use to tie us, and we cannot allow that. We have to make sure that if you want to put a law over us, you have to be clear about what it is. Be very specific as the law is specific. You cannot go around and just be very vague about it and say gender identity. But what is it? You don't know what it is because you cannot actually define it. If a man decides he's a woman today, then that means he can go into a women's bathroom. We don't operate that way. We have respect for everybody, and we also make concessions because we live in a society with other people. So we have to be sensible on how we move. Also, with the law and order, thank you to the police officers that were here today. You guys did a really good job. We do appreciate you. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. We want to support our officers, and at the same time, we want to make sure that the good officers are recognized, and that we show people that this is what good officers are, and that the bad officers are also put on Front Street, so we can point out to people and say, this is not what we're going to do. We want to make sure that the laws and the SOPs that are covering our police officers are SOPs that benefit the community, and not SOPs that only make the cops feel safe about themselves. The cops have to be safe, but the community also has to be safe. So we have to hold them to a high standard, whilst also giving them the respect that comes with doing a job that puts your life on the line every single day. We have to make sure that our citizens are protected, and that our communities are safe, and also that our children are safe. My grandmother always said charity begins at home. You cannot tell me that you're charitable and that you love somebody else down the street when your kids are at home and they're starving. Make sure you take care of your community first. Charity begins at home. Thank you so much for your time. My name is Emmanuel Finley. I am running for the 79th district in the Bronx. If you haven't voted yet, make sure you go vote. I am also only on the conservative line, which will be row C. So when you go down the line, make sure you hit row C. I will be right there. Thank you for those of you who have came out here. And let's go and make America great again. Let's make the Bronx great again. Let's take back control over our homes and our children.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Give it up for our beautiful candidate, Emmanuel Finley Jr. Well said.
Uh-oh, here they come.
I just want to put my sister on the spot real quick. This is my sister Alex.
How's everyone doing today? All right. I just want to
say thank you everyone who came out today to support. You know, I always just kind of repeat myself all the time. It takes a village. And I think we got to go back to that, right? We got to go back to helping one another, being kind to one another. We have a lot to heal in our communities, in our homes, and in our city, and in our country. But we need it all hands on deck, like I like to say.
Yes.
So I just want to say thank you all for your time and your energy and your hard work. I appreciate it so much.
All right, mi gente, we have a few speakers left. I want to say one thing. Thank you. We have a few speakers left. I want to say something that's so important. My sister reminded me of this earlier this week. We are the way showers. You may not like that responsibility, but that's what God has placed upon us. And with that comes the responsibility to be a way shower, mi gente. That means that if we want the other side to think about joining us, we should think about using words with kindness and love and compassion. Terrorizing and just calling the Democrats demons and demonic and retards, that doesn't help our cause.
No.
We need to be peaceful, because last time I looked, New York City was filled with all sorts of politics, people who believe and don't believe, and we all need to make sure that, and to remember that whatever we're doing, we're all in this together, and we got to work with people from all sorts of different perspectives.
Just so that everybody knows, we've made enough noise that NBC finally came out here. Not only that, we have BronxNet, independent media here as well. We are making a stance, guys. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are we ready for the next speaker? We still have a few speakers left, and I promise that we're going to get to have a fun little block party. All right. She is a candidate for the New York State Senate 34. Please help me welcome with a loud applause, Tina Forte.
We gonna have real talk up here. We tired of this one party rule up here in the Bronx. We just tired of it. I'm going to the state. My name is Edwina Herrera. I am going to be your senator in the 34th district. I represent every and everybody. Yo, this is how it's going down, because I got to talk to you. I'm from Brooklyn. Brooklyn talk a little bit different from the Bronx. But one thing I'm going to let you know, I'm going to tell you right now, I am not going for this government overreach. Every time we turn around, there's something happening with our children. Yo, this is unacceptable as people in this state. I am a New Yorker. I grew up here in Brooklyn. I came to the Bronx. I was in Co-op. Now I'm in Westchester. That means I love New York. I don't know any other place to live but here. But here. This is the only place I know is New York. I was born and raised up here. I know every culture up here. All the food is up here. Everything is in New York. Everything. And they're letting it go down like it ain't nothing. This place is not a toilet. This is somewhere I live. This is somewhere I grew up. My children grew up here. Everybody's children grew up here. What are we talking about? You're telling me that I can steal less than $900 worth of stuff and I can get out of jail? What kind of hack is that? What are we doing? I'm telling you right now, where's my $1 billion, de Blasio? Where's my $1 million? Billion, my $1 billion that you took away from my police officers. I'm retired NYPD traffic agent. I was one of the first women that towed cars in this city.
Yes.
Me, a single mother that worked hard for 22 years. 22 years in this city that I love. I've seen the Koch administration, the Giuliani administration, the de Blasio administration, now this bum-ass Adams administration. I can't take it no more. That's why I got in the game. You gotta get in the game. You gotta be in it to win it. That's why they keep telling me something.
Yes.
In it to win it. I'm telling you, I'm not angry.
I can tell.
My husband's from Cuba. He came here with Fidel Cardastro, whatever his name is. He came in 58 when everything was, he came here legal. Pan Am plane. And they say igloo, but I say the Pan Am plane. And their mother and father lived here legally. They did it the right way. The right way.
That's right.
The right way. The right way. Come on now. We gotta win. This is no longer this one-party rule. This new group right here, we're gonna take it by storm. We might not can fix everything, but we're gonna give them hell when we get up in there.
That's right.
When we get up in there, they're gonna say, who's she?
Right.
Who's
That's
she?
right.
Oh no.
That's
Here
right.
she come.
Here
Here
she
she
come.
come again. She
Here
ain't
she
gonna be
comes.
down. No, we ain't down with that no more.
That's right.
This is it. This is no more this one-party rule. Hastings, we're coming for your seat. We're coming for your seat, Hastings.
That's
we're coming
right.
for Natalia. Get up and buy some new curtains, baby. Because you ain't going to be living down those trucks. They can buy the bridge no more.
That's right.
I'm moving in. I'm moving in. I'm moving in. This
Yes,
is
you
what
are.
we're doing. This is how much we love this city.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you right now, I love New York. New York, and I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to win because we're going to fight. We're going to fight. We're going to fight. This is a win forever. Vote for me, November 5th. Vote for me.
Yes, baby! Get up for Tina. Before I come to our MC, I just want to let everybody know that a few days ago we already planned out a watch party. So the Bronx Conservative Party would love to invite you to our watch party. We'll send out all the information to everybody. We'll pass it off to Tina. We'll pass it off to our candidates and everyone out there so that you guys can know. So November 5th, the Bronx Conservative Party will have a watch party. Everybody's invited, and we have food and other things, amenities for us. Thank you.
Rosado.
Hi, buddy.
Right, mi gente, a few more speakers left. I just want to share a little something that on Monday nights, 9 p.m., we host a Twitter space. Whoever's on Twitter, join us. And it is focused on boots on the ground. We have people who are boots on the ground, politicians, freedom fighters, people who said no to the job, people who said no to the mandates, people who advocate for children's rights and parental rights. I also want to shout out Latina Brown, who's so boots on the ground here in the Bronx. I want to tell you why I'm shouting out this beautiful woman here. As women, you know, Cafecito Break is a podcast produced by women. And, you know, women really don't support women too much. They don't, right?
Yes,
we don't
we
really
do.
support women. I gotta tell you that 73 to 75% of the people who listen to Cafecito Break are men. Where are the women?
Right here.
That's right. The women are here. And I want you guys to see them. And Cafecito Break has first and foremost always been a staunch supporter of women. But the men have taught us, don't forget us, don't forget us. And we won't, because we need you. I'm a strong Latina woman, we're strong Latina women that can say that we need you men, that we appreciate the men, that we appreciate your logic, that we appreciate your strength, and that we recognize as Latina women that you men all over the world, here and outside the Bronx, the city, you don't get enough recognition, you don't get enough veneration for all of your efforts, for all of the ways that you sacrifice to keep all of us here safe. I want to send a shout out to the NYPD. I don't agree with the funding the police. No, I don't love all the police measures. I don't love the surveillance. But when we have 300,000 plus people here that, you know, the Harris people invited that are here in the United States, that are here in New York, we have a problem because crime is up. People are feeling unsafe going into the subways. People are getting mugged at restaurants. People are getting mugged coming out of the grocery stores. There's a deep need. How are you going to invite people to come here if you can't properly take care of them and support them?
That's right.
When you haven't supported the people who are veterans, when we have thousands and thousands of homeless children in New York City, mi gente. Look, we're for humans. We have a humanitarian crisis, and so many of you are so beautiful in your hearts, but we need law too. We have a crisis here in New York City, and we need to stay together more than everything, because we have too much division in our families. And a lot of us who are here today, a lot of us who said yes to Donald Trump are having problems at home because we're getting called Nazis and racist. And maybe some of you who are outside of New York City or outside of blue cities, you don't realize that this is a big deal for us, that people like Lou Valentino and the Perez sisters who stick out their neck for New York City, we get a lot of heat, but it's okay. Next up, we have Juan de la Cruz, who's a candidate for the New York State Assembly. Let's give it up for Adrian.
On Tuesday, November 5th, we'll be making history by making President Donald J. Trump the 47th President of the United States of America. My name is Juan de la Cruz, and I'm running for State Assembly against Michael Benedetto in the 82nd District of the Bronx in the Republican and Conservative ballot. We're tired of the false promises by our current elected officials in New York. Some of these politicians have been in power for 20 years with nothing to show. Nothing. Our once beautiful city of Throgsneck, City Island, and Co-op City, it's going unnoticed. Right now, crime is horrible. My values are family, faith, reducing crime, protecting our children, improving education. The Bronx has one of the lowest literacy rates in the country, and nothing seems to be done about it. We're tired of the disrespect against our uniformed officers who risk their lives to protect the citizens of our city across the entire United States of America. Let's salute our officers and military who give up their freedom, who give up their commitment to protect us. Our current criminal justice system is broken. We must reform and repeal the bail reform laws. If you commit a crime, if you rob, if you steal, your crime, you will be punished. Please, let's make a difference. Let's vote for Republicans down the line. Turn your ballot over and vote no. No. Thank you for your time, and God bless America and President Donald J. Trump. Let's make America great again.
To be seeing all of your beautiful faces. Thank you. And to all of you who are courageous enough to be running for politics, God bless you. Good luck. We need to support them, right? Because our job is not over once we vote. We gotta still keep supporting. We gotta still be squeaky wheels. We gotta still be squeaky wheels in Albany, because there is a continuous attack to separate the nuclear family, to separate children from their parents. All right, next up, we have Kevin Paz, candidate for New York State Assembly for the 81st District. All right.
So many great speakers today. So much passion, so much just emotion for this great country that we live in. And so allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Kevin Pazmino. I'm running for the 81st Assembly District against Jeffrey Dinowitz. In my opinion, what is everything that's wrong in politics today, he's been in office for 30 years. 30 years. And for all of my patriots in the Medical Freedom Alliance, he is hated from Long Island to Rochester for his attacks on the First Amendment, religious freedoms, and all the mandates that came with the COVID crisis. Now, again, it makes me so happy to be here with all you patriots here. And I think the biggest thing, the reason why these people, these opportunists, these corrupt politicians are allowed to stay in office for so many years is because there's a political apathy amongst the people. People do not go to vote. So that's why we need to do our part and get out there, talk to our relatives. It does not matter if you don't have to agree with everybody 100%. You do not have to agree with everybody 100%, but you need to get everybody out, encourage everybody to vote. In the last election that brought us Eric Adams as our mayor, only about a million people voted. So that's an eighth of the population. In a city of 8 million people, an eighth of the population decided to put Eric Adams in office. It's not okay. So we need to get everybody out there and defeat this political apathy that we're feeling, that's experiencing, everybody's experiencing. It's always because this left-right dynamic of always nothing ever happening, just more opportunists, more corrupt politicians. And for me, I stood up against Jeffrey Dinowitz multiple times. The last election cycle, against when he tried to put his son in office, got his son in office for city council. I think he's just trying to hold the office, the seat, so he can put his son as the next assemblyman as well. So, thank you for coming out, and God bless.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, mi gente. If there are any other people here who are running for office, please come to the podium. We would like you to have an opportunity to chat because this is the Bronx MAGA rally, and we will be supporting all the candidates here. Who's up next? Stephanie.
Yeah, Stephanie.
Bronx, let's put it out. We are here today with a festival. We brought you a lineup of candidates that are ready to go to work in Albany. I'm running against your speaker of the assembly, Mr. Carl Hasty. Do you know he was out in Arizona campaigning for Kamala Harris? Wow. You know he has not been in district. You know he will not debate me. Little me. Is anybody afraid of having a conversation with me? But let me tell you what Mr. Hasty hasn't done. He did not push back on our governor when she said Bronx black kids do not know what a computer is. Well, Ms. Hojo, then you should be fired, resign from your position, because your role as a governor is to make sure our children have what they need. You're a failure. Mr. Hasty has failed. He has failed our community, and each and every candidate on the ballot this year is going to Albany with common sense values, common sense policies, so that we, the people in the Bronx, will shine and shine so bright, because that is what is meant for the Bronx. This great borough where I was born and raised. And each and every person here today, you have an additional role. After you vote, you make sure everybody else gets out to vote. And when this election is done and we are victorious, you come and help us remain in the community and know what's going on in the community. Our job is just not one day a year to vote. Our job is year-round being part of our government.
Stephanie.
Representative government is the people being involved. Today we start that representative government.
Yes!
Any more people running? I think Dion is Let's get Dion Powell.
Yes!
I have to say that I'm proud of Dion. The Cafecito Break sisters are proud of you. Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. Yes,
your
we
boots
are.
on the ground, and you've been calling it, and you work behind the scenes a lot, and so I am honored to know you. I'm not passing the mic out to you.
Hello, family.
Hello.
Do you guys like my shirt?
I love it. Yes.
So let's say it together. Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.
Thank you.
I wasn't scheduled to speak, but thank you, my chairman, Pat McManus, the Bronx Sisterhood Party, the GOP in the Bronx, Tina Forte, and all our candidates. I just want to say to you guys, make sure that you just flip on the ballot and vote straight no, down. I want to give a shout out to our sponsors. Everybody look behind you and look at our free hot dog. Right next to it, we have our free sodas. And over to the left, the guy over there, Rob, with the MAGA shirt, is our free alcohol. So make sure you get all this free stuff. Spread the word. We're trying to get people out, and we're going to do what? Make America great again. That's it.
I want to say thank you. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your support.
Yes. And I'm also running for the state senate. Yeah, everybody. There you go. I stand. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Yes, and I'm also running from the 33rd State Senate District in the Bronx, New York. Thank you. Jose Rivera.
Okay, Dion is so shy when he works so hard for the community, and this is one of the things that bother me. All right. Mi gente, thank you. Please support Cafecito Break on social media. If you're on Instagram, Cafecito Break 10.0, because they've taken us down 10 times. Why? Because we support. I know. Tremendo puche. All right. And we have Monday night X Spaces hosted by New York Freedom Fighters, 9 p.m. Cafecito Break. We have contributors that you know of, which include Dion. All right, mi gente, to close out this evening, we've got Patrick. I'm going to invite him back to come, the chairman, Patrick McManus, to come and close out this evening.
Patrick.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Gonzalo. Thank you, all of you. It has been an honor to be here, to be so loved by the Bronx. God bless all of you. Let's make November 5th happen. All right? Let's go Trump, and let's go for all of our local electors. God bless you.
Thank you, everybody. I just want to quickly acknowledge my Queens counterpart, Bob. Bob Chow. Everybody! Queens County Conservative Party Chairman. Anybody from Queens wants to get involved, this is the man. He's here. He's available. Okay? I want to thank you all. I think we have proved our point that the Bronx is MAGA. Got a little time left. We still got hot dogs. We still got pretzels. We still got beverages. So we're gonna put on some music and continue to party. Thank you.
Thank you.
Donations. Yeah, if you do want to donate, we do have a QR code. Thank you. All right, Anthony, go back to the music. Thank you. She said,
Right now, they me myself as a Black American athlete for 20 years. I've been being told that America will take the only one thing I know about is that we fucked up. One, and the other thing, what I know for a fact that America is, you know, there's something and you really got to look at that cartel.
What part of town you in the White House?
If nobody votes, nobody votes.
Thank you.
Right there.
Can I get one? I don't know what happened to mine because I charged it last night. Yeah, perfectly fine. My battery back up.
I do gotta go. Pleasure meeting you. Hope to see you soon.
Okay.
Okay.
So I am here with Tina Forte at this rally in the Bronx.
Yes, the Bronx is MAGA, my headquarters. We're here. We wanted to give a little something back to the community, have a little party before the election. 943 Morris Park Avenue. Anyone's welcome to come in and have a conversation with me, one-on-one. My door's always open to anyone, regardless of your party. Come in, let's speak. There's a lot of issues in facing New York, facing this country, facing our borough, facing our city. And I'm just here to say, we're sick and tired of being sick and tired, and it's not my race, it's our race. And I want to be here for the people. So give me a chance, give me the 2 years. If you don't like me, you can fire me. But what's going on in this city is disgraceful. AOC is never around, and I will be here for you. I'm fighting for you. I am one of you, and I will never forget that. If I'm elected to Congress, I will be here for all of you. I will fight for every single one of you. I love our country. I love this district. I was born and raised here. I went to high school here. I went to grammar school here. I love you all. It's about our country. I have it tattooed on me because we all bleed red, white, and blue. So please go out and vote. Take your neighbors, take your friends. Vote down the line red. Turn your ballot over. Vote no on Proposition 1. That's very important for our children. And I'm just here to say I love you all, and please give me that chance.
What are you hearing from voters when you do talk to people in the Bronx, in Queens, because we're in the
Yes.
Bronx now,
Yes.
you're from the Bronx, but we should also say that
Queens.
the district,
the district itself,
covers part of
it's,
Queens
yes,
as well.
a lot of people from Queens came here today. I had Corona come here, I had people from Astoria come here, all supporting me, all voting for me, because they're tired of not having a voice in Congress. They're tired of the illegal immigration that took over, especially in parts of Queens, where you have the flea markets outside and you have the brothels across the street from grammar schools. So there's a lot going on in Queens and the Bronx. Illegal immigration, we need to support our police, we need to back our blue, take our cuffs off the police. Everyone is suffering from the economy. That's what I have. I have senior citizens that come in that are on food lines because they can't afford food. I have veterans that are homeless. They don't have any housing. So I send them to the city council to help with housing. There's a lot of issues going on in our district, and they're not being addressed by AOC. She's nowhere to be found. She's not even campaigning because she feels she's going to win. And that to me is just being complacent, and she should be out, and she's not. So that's why where I come in and I say, vote for me, give me a chance. And a lot of people walk in and they're Democrats, and they walk in and they support me. You'd be very surprised at the amount of Democrats that are voting for me.
This is the second time you've run against
Yes,
her.
yes.
How is the election different this time around?
Well, the election is different this time around. The last time around, I was not the endorsed candidate. My primary was in August, so I didn't have a lot campaigning to do in that last 2 months because I had a primary. So I primaried out the endorsed candidate. This time around, 2 years, we just declined. So much more support, so much more love, so much more. I didn't have a headquarters the last time. Now I have a headquarters. I did Tuesdays with Tina. I posted it on Tuesdays. Come in, I had a lot of conversations, a lot of special people from the district that have a lot of issues with the economy, with crime, with illegal immigration, with schools. The schools are over flooded, and it's a shame what's going on. And that's the difference. You just see so much more support now.
At the beginning of this rally, I interviewed a protester who was here.
Yes.
Who was he had a sign that was about the insurrection,
Yes.
About January 6th.
Yes.
And he was speaking about you specifically and saying that you were an insurrectionist.
I am
and
not
you
an
supported,
insurrectionist. I was
January
never.
6th.
I was present at January 6th with a 75-foot flag with Nancy Pelosi ripping up the Constitution, as she does. And I was nowhere near the Capitol grounds. I was not interviewed. My doors weren't knocked on. No police ever came to me. No FBI ever came to me. I do not condone violence on either side, but I was at that rally with a big flag because I do flag drops. That's what I've been doing for 9 years. I call them flag drops. We carry the law and order flags. So I am a law and order candidate. I broke no laws.
Let me ask you about one more issue, which I also asked Councilwoman Marmorato about earlier, and that is because I think this is an issue you've been vocal on in the past, and it has to do with your reason for getting into politics. It's the issue of the mandates that we had in New York City.
Yes.
Yesterday, Councilwoman Areola put out a letter calling upon the mayor and city council to reinstate workers who lost their jobs and have still not been reinstated.
They should be reinstated. They absolutely should be reinstated. One of the things I did, it was called the Freedom Rally. I would go down with the city workers, everyone that lost their job, and I would march with them in the streets on the Brooklyn Bridge in Manhattan. We love our freedoms, and freedom is on the line. It'll be Obama's 4th term if Trump doesn't get in, and if AOC gets back in again, the district is really done. It's just going to be overrun. It's already overrun by crime. But our city workers, the ones that were fired, need to come back, and they need their jobs back, and stop giving them to illegal immigrants.
So, are you saying that you joined the Common Sense Caucus
Yes.
in calling upon
Yes.
the mayor and city
Yes, I
council
would.
to reinstate those?
Yes, I would. Even though I'm a congresswoman and it's a federal level, I would join them at their level. I would be a voice for them to make sure that that's done.
All right. Any final word you'd like to say to people in the Bronx, Queens, New York
Bronx,
City?
Queens, come out and vote. Everything is on the line in this election. Give me a chance. I won't disappoint you. Just give me those 2 years. Please come out and vote red on November 5th. Thank you so much for supporting me. Everyone out there that already voted, I thank you for your vote, and I will not disappoint you. God bless America.
All right. Thank you, Tina Forte.
Thank you. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you for interviewing me.
God bless.
No, I'm actually the campaign manager for a candidate that's running on the Republican line for mayor.
Okay, yeah.
I haven't had hard liquor in a long
I know it's funny.
That hasn't happened since 19 whatever.
Oh, she did it!
Hello again.
All right. So
How's the lighting?
I am live on YouTube.
Oh, wow, okay.
right.
Amy, finally, you came out to play with us.
Yes, I did.
360, what is the light? Where's the light? 360, keep turning. Keep turning around 360. Find the hot spot.
I don't
This
want
is
to have
good?
a bright light on.
Is this good lighting? Are you sure?
Yeah, I think we're okay.
All right, Amy, let me have it.
Okay, so you are both running for office and someone who does a lot of work, I think, behind the scenes in Bronx politics. So you know a lot about what's going on in this election. So I want to ask you first, though, about your own race.
Well, I'm District Leader Dion Powell of the 78th Assembly District here in the Bronx, New York, also with the Bronx Conservative Party. I'm running for the 33rd State Senate District, Riverdale, Fordham, Rochelle Parkway, Kingsbridge, Bedford Park Boulevard, Belmont, Arthur Avenue, Little Italy, and beyond. The issues that are in our community are the following. One thing I want to do on my platform that I've said is controversial, I want to change the New York State tax code to tax major nonprofits that make over a certain level of revenue that come to help our community with the poverty industry. Number two, like I told one of my constituents here, I want to make sure that all major nonprofits are unionized. I had somebody I used to work with at a men's shelter. She did social services for 20 years, and she was instantaneously fired without notice of cause, and that's it. All major nonprofits need to be unionized because nonprofits break the labor industry. The reason I left the Democratic Party last year is because they announced the closures of 7 Catholic schools in our borough of the Bronx. One of them was my alma mater, St. Angela. So with school choice, I want to push the agenda and change legislation similar to Iowa and Arizona, where the money is assigned per child, per parent, to go to public school, private school, parochial school, trade school, magnet school, and even homeschool. So those are my 2 points here when it comes to my agenda, my platform. Deon Powell again. Amy?
All right, so what are you seeing that's different in this election year than in past years? Because we have some of the same, we've seen some of the same people both on the national scene and locally, right? I was just talking with Tina Forte. She's run against AOC before. Kamala Harris in office as vice president. Also, Trump has been in office. What's different in Bronx? What are you saying different among Bronx voters and the issues that they're focused on? Given that we have these people running that we have some experience seeing in the past.
Okay, well, local issues are affecting the national. For example, we have a migrant crisis. A lot of people in the Bronx, black or otherwise, are seeing migrants fast-track through the shelter system and social services for apartments, getting debit cards with funding and beyond. And that's a big problem that's affecting the vote turnout towards President Donald Trump in this term election. Number 2, a lot of people in the community are seeing money spent overseas to the Ukraine, to Israel. I'm like, wait a minute, this funding should be here for our population, our residents, our citizens, our veterans, and beyond. So those are like the 2 major issues. Quality of life is one of them, in which crime, they allegedly up and down, whatever the case may be with the numbers, but quality of life is horrible. Our public services, which are transportation, public housing, and public schools, are failing, but they have so much money dumped into it. Why are public schools getting more money with low enrollment? Low enrollment is across the board. Nationwide, enrollment for public schools is low. Why do they need more money? They're playing the usual game with NYCHA, our public housing, with the money, as well as public transportation. A one-way swipe on an MTA bus or train is nearly $3. The service is getting worse and worse and worse. Trains are becoming beds for the homeless population and mentally ill, so why are we paying more money? A lot of people in the Bronx especially, we're all fare readers. I'm a criminal. I'll walk in the door on a train, I'll walk in the back of the bus, because we just refuse to pay at this point for poor quality of service and not getting the income we need.
All right, so undecided voters, there's very little time left to vote. Of course, we're right ahead of Election Day itself. What do you have to say to undecided voters? What is the case that you make to them?
Oh, I'm glad this question. I get this question a lot. I don't guilt and shame people for not voting, because in a democracy, we have right to abstain. But all I ask is you flip over the ballot, leave the first page blank of candidates. You don't want to get involved, fine. But just vote for the reason to vote no straight down on all the proposals, especially Proposal 1, which affects the amendment of the New York State Constitution. Now, in terms of voting, you can vote or not, in the sense that I always say Jehovah's Witnesses don't vote, and their life is okay. So don't get this anxiety, vote. If they took voting serious, they would have automatic voter registration, like the select services at 18, but it's all one big gimmick. So you have a right not to vote, but if you do because you're compelled to, then don't vote for the name brand. Lesser of 2 evils, who wants that? But just flip it over and vote no straight down on proposals.
Why is that? Why is Prop 1 such a big issue? Everyone is talking about that one. Why is that such a big issue for Republicans, conservatives, and people who are voting for Trump?
Well, the Equal Rights Amendment, as it's called, it's always a misnomer. The language is very technical. So far, the word abortion is not in it, but they always talk about reproductive rights to make you feel good. The thing is, they're trying to get age discrimination. So our argument is that they might be able to allow children to make adult decisions in a safe space in a school, like gender affirming care, and also take vaccines and other medical procedures without their parents' knowledge. And if their parents find out, the parents won't have any kind of legal recourse against the school because of the amendment. The argument for protectkidsny.com, protectnykids.com, NY, is that they don't want biological boys who are born with the XY chromosome to play in sports with XX chromosome girls.
Reason being, there's a lot of problems and it's unequal, but also these individuals take a lot of scholarship money and opportunities away from these girls that work so hard. So those are the top two issues, as well as citizenship status. A lot of people feel as though, rightfully so, that more of these migrants might be automatically be able to vote and also get a lot of other rights on par with citizens, as well as people who are trying to come in the country legally who can't get such amenities.
All right. Thank you, Dion, for talking.
You're welcome, man. That's why you want me to talk to you, because I'm knowledgeable on that.
That's right.
But Dubai tells you that you should go home.
Did they interview you?
Let's call hot dogs and pretzels. Let's call.